Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing today? You made it out in this wonderful weather that we're having here in New England. Does it ever have the sun or does it always rain? I don't know, but that's okay. We can use the rain at some point here. I want to welcome you to the 4th annual Senior Talent Show. I am your MC for today, Charlie Murphy, and the Rotary Club is sponsoring this event. So let's give a round of applause for the Fairhaven Rotary Club. 4 years in a row. The Rotary Club's motto is service above self, and you'll see a lot of Fairhaven Rotarians here donating their time and talent to make sure that we have a very enjoyable afternoon with a lot of talent that you'll see here today. I'd like to introduce the past president of the Rotary Club of Fairhaven and also the current treasurer and the person that puts this all together. Let's give a round of applause for Melissa Kahowski.
Good afternoon, everyone. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe this crowd. This is going to be so awesome. As Charlie mentioned, it is our 4th annual Senior Talent Show. Every year has been spectacular. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I don't want to delay this any further. We're going to start getting things going. Thank you very much for coming.
So we have our first contestant today, and she is going to tickle your funny bone. She's a former professor at UMass Dartmouth, and in her retired life here, she teaches knitting, crocheting. She has been in Boston and appeared on even a Disney Princess Cruise Line as a comedian. So we got some talent here, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen. And she also has a book, Reflections of My Irish Twin. So without further ado, let's put our hands together for our first contestant of the 4th annual Senior Talent Show, Judy Rizzi.
Thank you. Hi. Yes, I'm Judy Rizzi. That's Judy with a Y and Rizzi with an I. I've had a lot of requests for speaking lately, and I think it's because people view me as an interesting specimen of an old lady. Oh. People want to hear my advice on how to be a successful old I'm sorry, I meant to say a successful senior citizen. But speaking of farts, unofficial clinical research suggests that on average, people fart 13 times a day. And if you think you don't, you should see a doctor. Because you need to have your hearing checked. But think about cows. Their gas emissions are enormous. So scientists have figured out that they should feed seaweed to the cows to reduce their gas emissions. Because you see, it's important that we protect the ozone layer. Because all the farts that are stored up there are going to come tumbling down, and it's unlikely they will land on their original owners. Now, excuse me, sir. I've only been standing up here for a few minutes, but you've already exceeded your limit. Please see the doctor in the morning. Are you related to him? No? Well, someone who's related to him should probably start putting seaweed in his cereal. Okay. Now, as I said, people want to hear my advice. So number one, if you go to a kid's party and they have a jumpy house, please put a tennis ball on the bottom of your cane or your walker before you get in and start jumping. Otherwise, you might puncture the material and deflate the whole friggin' structure and possibly suffocate the kids that are inside. Guaranteed you will not get invited back. Number 2, if you go to a nudist beach, iron out your wrinkles before you go. Or stay in the water up to your neck, or even higher, and don't come out until everyone's gone. Number 3, join the local senior citizens group as soon as you're eligible. They have a lot of nice activities, especially around the holidays. They have what's called the Yankee Swap. Don't fret about what to bring. A prettily wrapped package of Depends would be just right. Or even better, some handkerchiefs with A monogrammed in the corner. That's perfect for any asshole. And sign up for their day trips. It doesn't matter where. Many of the people on the bus can't hear what the tour guide is saying, so they don't know where they're going. And afterwards, they can't remember where they've been. But what's always included is a stop for lunch. And that's why I always bring a really big bag with me. And when they bring out the rolls, I take out some wax paper. You're nodding your head. And I wrap up some rolls and put it in my bag. And then I say, "Excuse me, miss, you didn't give us enough rolls over here." Then they serve the soup, pasta e fagioli, pasta and beans. You imagine serving beans to a bunch of seniors on a day trip? That bus on the way home is going to be so full of gas, it's going to overshoot its destination for sure. Then they bring out the chicken. So I take out my aluminum foil, wrap up some chicken, put it in a bag, and then I say, "You know what, miss? You've shortchanged us on chicken over here. Now don't bother with the salad or dessert. There's no sense acting like a pig, you know. But before you get back on the bus, be sure you stop in the restroom. I always leave enough room in my bag for a few rolls of toilet paper because, you never know." Now, as like other seniors, I do have to wonder about the things that young people do. For example, these young guys that wear their pants so that the crotch is down around their knees. You've seen that? Now, I just figured out why they do that. Because if you want to give that guy a kick in the ass, you don't know where it is. Now, it's very interesting the way men wear their pants. You take the guy with the beer belly, he has to make a decision whether he wears the belt under or over. But Mother Nature does provide for him, because if he does have too much to drink and he falls over, he has his own airbag to land on. Then what happens is the suspenders come out and the waist goes up. Eventually, all you see is a pair of pants with some hair sticking out the top. Occasionally, the zipper goes down so he can look out and see where he's going. Now, not too long ago, I did have a new refrigerator delivered to my house by two young burly guys wearing their pants with the crotch around their knees. They only had to go up 2 steps, but by the time the guy in the back put his end of the refrigerator on the floor, I could see his buns. And I'm happy to tell you, he did not have hemorrhoids. But I wondered if Frigidaire comes with buns, maybe Whirlpool comes with weenies. So, does anyone out here speak Italian? Anyone? Anyone understand? A vecchia e brutta. Loosely translated, it means getting old sucks. Everything starts to droop. Everything changes in ways you don't want. You take a man, for example, who starts to go bald. Do you notice that at the same time he starts to lose his hearing? Well, that's because the hair that was supposed to grow on his head is now growing out of his ears. It's very hard for the sound waves to get through that mass of hair. And as for me, I used to wear a size 38C bra. Now I have to get a size 38C long. So as you all know, everything inside starts to droop so that men end up looking like the shape of a pear, and women start to look like apples. Personally, I'd rather be a banana, wouldn't you? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Judy. That was great. Very happy to have her here. While we're doing that, I just want to thank our major sponsors, St. Anne's Credit Union and Bank 5. Let's give them a round of applause for helping us put on this event. Now, there's been some changes to the agenda in the book here. So our next contestant has been here since our beginning, and she has signed up again this year, and she is going to show us her talent on the piano. So get ready for a wonderful performance from Lillian Fernandez. I told you we were going to see a lot of talent here today. Let's give another round of applause to Lillian. Great job, Lillian. That was amazing. Excellent. Thank you so much for coming today and sharing your talent with us. Our next contestant is a real cowboy with his own covered wagon. He's been doing a cable show for over 16 years. So let's put our hands together for our real cowboy, Cowboy Al.
I'm really not a cowboy. I can't ride a horse. And my wagon, I gotta pull it with a van. Okay, we're gonna do a Neil Diamond song for you. I hope you enjoy it. The music knows help. Haven't done this song in a while, and I'm still getting over a cold, so let's hope it comes out okay. By Hank Locklin, if you ever really know country music, that man with the hat must know.
Thank you, Cowboy Al. Let's give you another round of applause, Cowboy Al. So I've just been asked if you need to use the restroom, we have restrooms up the stairway, and if you need the elevator to use the restroom, we have an elevator over here, and someone will guide you, some Rotarian. In the back, Patty, wave your hand up. Patty's in the back. If you're having trouble finding the restroom, please address it with Patty, and she'll make sure you get there. So the Rotary Club of Fairhaven is over 40 years old, and we're a strong but mighty club. And over 4 years ago, Melissa had this dream to do this talent show. But what she wanted to do is also showcase the talent of our amazing seniors in our community. So with Melissa's dream coming true, we're going to see more talent here today. But let's give Melissa a round of applause, because this is her dream. So our next contestant comes from Warren, Rhode Island, and he is going to share his beautiful voice with us today. And we're welcome to enjoy this. Let's bring up Ralph Beardsworth. Ralph, come on up.
Okay, sure nice to be here today to sing to you people, and hope it comes out okay. stuck in Folsom Prison as time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps a rolling down the sand. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Rio just to watch his die. When I hear their whistle blowing, I hang my head and Louis. Drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep on moving, and that's what tortures me. Thank you. Huh? White sport coat and a pink told me long ago to the front go. Now you say you're mine. Somehow my dreams are white. What coast and the pink heartache. Thank you very much. Here we go. One more. Thank you so much. You wouldn't read my letter if I wrote you. You asked me not to call you on the phone. But there's something I wanted to tell you. So I wrote it in the words of the song. I didn't know God may haunted for me. I might have known you'd never make a wife. Give up the only one that ever loved you, and went back to the wild side of life. The glimmer of the daylight truest love you've ever known. I didn't know God made honky-tonk angels. I might have known you never make a wife. You gave up the only one that ever loved you, and went back to the wild side of life. Life goes on. Thank you, guys, very, very much. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Very good.
Thanks again, Ralph. Let's give another round of applause. Ralph, great job. So if you know of anybody that wants to be a Rotarian, or you think that they could help out the community, tell them to come by Clary's Pub on Tuesdays at 12:15, right on Huddleston Avenue in Fairhaven, and consider joining the Rotary Club. We do great work. We give thousands of dollars in Rotary scholarships to seniors all throughout the school system, and have helped out doing multiple projects. And one thing that Rotary is very known for is that we will be the only civic organization that has ended a disease called polio. It's amazing. Yes, give Rotary a round of applause. That's amazing. It's just now in 2 countries, and it's almost eliminated. So we have a chance of eliminating polio in the world, and that's thanks to Rotary Club. At Rotary Clubs, Rotary International, so that's great. And you know, to put on this show today would not be possible. I mentioned our 2 major sponsors, St. Anne's Credit Union and Bank 5, but we also have to give thanks to Atria, the District Attorney Quinn's office, and District Attorney Quinn, Fairhaven Council on Aging, the law offices of Gary L. Pasella, also Attorney Jane Sullivan, Honeydew Donuts, Millicent Library, M.O. Life Incorporated, Our Ladies Haven, R.A. Mitchell Company, RMS Megan Fisher, Senior Whole Health, Total Mortgage Sarah Gomes, and Vibra Hospital. Let's give them a round of applause because they donated so much to make this possible. So we're going to take a very brief intermission. So there's some snacks back there. There's some water, some coffee. So stretch your legs for a few minutes, and then we're going to get back with the first person that ever won our Senior Talent Show is coming up right after intermission. So you're going to be very delighted. All right, so have a few minutes of a break. Thank you. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Hope everyone had a nice stretch of their legs and enjoying some of that great honeydew donuts back there and some water and coffee. So when we first started the Senior Talent Show, we had 3 judges. They picked a first prize, second prize, third prize. And the second year we did similar. And then we decided that, you know what? Everyone has such a showcase talent that we couldn't decide who would win first, second, and third. So we decided to showcase talent and have performers as opposed to contestants. So, going back to our history though, 4 years ago, we had our great friend Dorothy up here. Yes, let's give her a round of applause. And she actually was the top winner that year because her enormous talent, and we were very fortunate to have her as our first winner. And now she is also going to come back today as a performer. So at the age of around 12, she heard a neighbor with this clicking noise. And she said, well, she told me, she goes, well, I was a little nosy, and I wanted to see what that noise was. So she went, looked over the fence, and said, you need to teach me how to do that. So now, 80 years later, she's still doing it at the young age of 92. Let's give her a round of applause and hear her talent. Let's give Dorothy Maniz another round of applause. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. You did incredible. Incredible. So back around 40 years ago, we were very fortunate to start the Rotary Club here in Fairhaven, and one of those first people is in the audience. And I'd like to give a warm round of applause for Don Mendel right over here. One of the first people who created this strong club. So we can't go without mentioning you, Don. Thank you, Don. Our next contestant sings with Susan Fornia, and he's been singing for years. And he also just loves to sing and has enormous talent. So let's give our round of applause for our next performer, Robert Pina.
I started to believe I'd never find anyone. Don't try to convince me to give in. Said you can't win. But one day the sun came shining through. The rain had stopped and the skies were blue. And oh, what a revelation to see someone was saying I love you to me. You're one in a million. You're a chance of a lifetime. I showed compassion. Sent to me a stroke of love for you. One in a million. Found a piece of happiness to call my own, and life is worth living again. For to love you to me is to live. You're one. You're a chance of a lifetime. I show compassion. Sent to me This is a song by Mr. Humperdinck, I think. Is that two down? So I sing you to sleep after the loving with a song I just wrote yesterday. And I hope you can hear what the words and the music have to say. It's so hard to explain everything that I'm feeling. Face to face, I just seem to go dry. But I love you so much that the sound of your voice can get me high. Thanks for taking me on a one-way trip to that side. And thanks for turning me into a song. So I sing after the love I brush my hair from your eyes. The love on your face, it's so real that it makes me wanna cry. And I know that my song isn't saying anything new. Oh baby, I'm still in love, I'm still in love with you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, head down too. This is by Mr. Sinatra. Start spreading
I don't know. I saw some of the ladies in the audience out here. I don't know. I think Robert's going to be asked for his phone number a few times here today. I don't know. I think that's what charisma is defined as, right there, Robert P. Let's give another round of applause. Our next performer is here for his third time and started singing when he was 5 years old. And at 15, he formed a rock and roll band. And he's been in different bands in the 50s and the 60s. And today plays the guitar and sings just for his own relaxation. So let's give a round of applause for Rod Lopez.
I'd like to do some rock and roll from the 50s. That's where I come in. Blue Monday, I hate Blue Monday. Have to work like a slave all day. Then come Tuesday, oh hot Tuesday. I'm so tired, got no time to play. Then come Wednesday, I'm beat to my soul. My gal call, gonna tell that I'm out. 'Cause Thursday is a hard working day, and Friday I get my pay. Saturday morning, oh Saturday morning, all my tidings is gone away. Got my money, got my honey, and I'm out on a sand to play. Sunday morning my head is bad, but it's worth it for the time that I had. But I got to get my rest, 'cause Monday is next. And then, thank you. Hey, look what you have done, showing me the sun, and now it's shining through. It's nice to be with you. Hey, I like the things you say, and I like the way you do the things you do. It's nice to be with you. Each time that I give my heart to someone new, they just turn it blue. But this time, it's my time, and my time is all the time I have to be with you. So please, never go away. Say you're going to stay and make my dreams come true. It's so nice to be with you. Thank you very much. Believe it or not, that's a Monkees tune. I stole it from the flip side of a hit song, hit record. And I always like to do that one. I even recorded it one time. But anyway, Antonio Carlos Jobim. Close your eyes, oh, that's a lovely way to be. Oh, where all things your heart alone was meant to see. Oh, the fundamental loneliness goes whenever you can dream a dream the rising sea. Don't fight the moon, the stars above, and don't fight me. Oh, the fundamental loneliness goes. Never two can dream a dream together. When I saw you first, the time was 3:30. When your eyes met mine, it was eternity. By now we know the wave is on its way to be. Just catch that wave. Don't be afraid of loving me. Oh, the fundamental loneliness goes. Never two can dream a dream together. When I saw you first, the time was 3:30. When your eyes met mine, it was eternity. By now we know the wave is on its way to be. Just catch that wave. Don't be afraid of loving me. Oh, the fundamental loneliness goes. Never two can dream a dream together. 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 Thank you. I was hoping I had something else. Last night at the dance, I met Lori, as lovely and warm, an angel of a girl. Last night I fell in love with Lori. Strange things happen in this world. As I walked her home, she said it was her birthday. I pulled her close and said, will I see you anymore? And then she asked for my sweater and said that she was very, very cold. I kissed her goodnight at the door and started home, and thought about my sweater and went right back instead. I knocked at her door and the man appeared. I told him why I called, then he said, you're wrong, son. You weren't with my daughter. How can you be so cruel to come to me this way? My Lori left this world on her birthday. She died a year ago today. A strange force drew me to the grave Thank you very much. Thank you.
Want to hear one more? All right.
Give me a ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone. I'm a going home. My baby wrote me a letter. I don't care how much money I gotta spend. Gotta get back to my baby again. Lonely days are gone. I'm a going home. My baby wrote me a letter. Well, she wrote me a letter, said she couldn't live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see I gotta get back to my baby once more? Anyway, I can take it for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm a going home. My baby wrote me a letter. I don't care how much money I gotta spend. Gotta get back to my baby again. Lonely days are gone, I'm a going home. My baby wrote me a letter. Yeah, she wrote me a letter, said she couldn't live without me no more. And listen, mister, can't you see I gotta get back to my baby once more? Anyway, yeah, give me a ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm a going home. My baby wrote me a letter. My baby wrote me a letter. Thank you very much.
Let's give another round of applause to Rod. Wasn't that great? A lot of talent. A lot of talent these contestants have. So when we had Cowboy Al up here, we only had him do 2 songs, and he had 2 more songs to do. So how about we bring Cowboy Al back up here to finish off his songs? What do you think? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Can you hear my belly? Oh, what happened? Marty Robbins put this song out. I thought it was one of his best. It's one of my most frequently requested over at one time. My woman, my woman, my wife. That are strong but wrinkled, doing work that never gets done. Hair that lost some of the beauty by too many hours in the sun. Disappointment, and there's been quite a lot in her life. She's the foundation I lean on. Thank you. I don't know if I can do this one right now, but we're going to try it. It's a Hank Lachlan tune. It's a beautiful song, but my voice is off a little. So we'll see what happens. Send me the pillow that you dream on. Don't you know that I still care for you? Send me the pillow that you dream on. So darling, I can dream each night while I'm sleeping, oh so lonely. I'll share your loving dreams that once were Send me the pillow that you dream on. So darling, I can dream on too. Send me the pillow that you dream on. Maybe time will let our dreams come true. Send me the pillow that you dream on. So darling, I can dream on Send me the pillow that you dream on. So darling, I can dream. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Cowboy Al. Let's give him a round of applause. He got to finish out his sequence. That's great. We want to thank a few people also today. Give a round of applause for our DJ Ken Souza, KJ Tunes. It's up here. And Deanne Ishward is our photographer. Where's Deanne? She's taking pictures all day here. Give her a round of applause. Melissa's sister-in-law. And we are waiting on one final contestant who's going to be coming very shortly. But prior to that, I'm going to introduce you to the president of the Fairhaven Rotary Club, Patty Pasella.
Thank you. I want to first just thank everyone for coming out today. As you heard, that we have some amazing talent in the area, and we appreciate all the contestants being with us today. So a round of applause for them. I also just want to introduce the Rotarians that are here today from our local Fairhaven Club. Bob Mitchell, one of our oldest members, not necessarily our oldest member. Bob Mitchell's in the audience. Thank you, Bob, for being here. And Lisa Grillo, she's in the back there. Thank you for being here, Lisa. Lisa works with Our Lady's Haven, and we appreciate all the work that she did to get her sponsorship and Our Lady Haven residents here today. Also, obviously, Charlie Murphy's here, and Melissa, you've already met. And then we do want to thank a couple of students from Fairhaven High School. They're in the Interact Club, and they come every year to help us. Emma and Mira, if you want to just stand up and wave. Our future Rotarians. And then we do just have some special flowers. The person who puts on this annual show every year for the last 4 years has done a really great job, and I just want to recognize her today. Melissa?
It takes a small army to do this. It's not all me. It's not all me. My husband puts up with me, my kids, my grandkids, all my fellow Rotarians, and trust me, if it wasn't for all of you performers, this show, it wouldn't go on. So, but thank you. I love flowers.
And then, of course, our DJ, Ken Souza. Thank you for being here. So all the contestants get a frame that says Fairhaven Rotary Club Senior Talent Showcase. So if you came up and sang and you didn't get one, make sure you get it before the end of the day. But we're here with the cable access for Fairhaven is here taking a video of all the contestants. So it'll be on channel 95, which is the cable access for Fairhaven. So you can watch it over and over again, enjoy the music. So I just want to thank everyone for coming out, and I know we're waiting for one more special person, so do you want to take another break? Do some music? Yeah, he'll be here in about 5 minutes, and you'll enjoy him. He's a wonderful silver fox. I'll just give you that hint. Thank you, everyone.
So we're going to have you just sit back and relax, and we're going to play a few tunes for you just to enjoy the music and enjoy the afternoon. So we'll be back with you in just a minute, and we'll hear some great tunes. And now, don't have to sit back and relax too long. That was just one really relaxing song. The next entertainer is a singer, entertainer, and all-around great guy. And his brother was a former selectman of the town of Fairhaven, Joe Cataldo. And his other brother, Eddie Cataldo, was my father's best man at my parents' wedding. So he has a lot of strong connections and interconnections. So he's an entertainer of the entertainers, and he's going to wrap up our performance today. So let's give a round of applause for the Silver Fox, George Cataldo.
People are all in court now. You have a summer wind, right? We can do summer wind. Okay, yeah. I wanted to bring my spoons. Oh. Summer wind. Summer wind? Okay, I'll put it up on the monitor. Okay, summer wind. Summer wind and Blues over. Blue, sounds good. Okay. You got it. Wow. I left 80 people over there at Alden Court. They're all patients, but you were patient. So I drove down here, left them there. I said, don't touch my machine. I'd like to sing a couple of songs, if I get my breath. Summer Wind is the first one. my breath. Do we have one more? God bless it. All right. This one here, I think, is pretty. It goes back to the 40s, and it's called Blue Velvet. She wore blue velvet, bluer than velvet was the night, softer than satin was the light from the stars. She wore blue velvet, bluer than velvet were her eyes, warmer than May her tender sighs. Love was ours, love I held tightly, feeling the rapture like a flame burning brightly. But when she left, gone was the glow. But in my heart there'll always be precious and warm a memory through the years. And I still can see blue velvet through my tears. She wore velvet, but in my heart there'll always be precious and warm memory through the years. And I still can see blue velvet through my tears. Through my tears. I just want one more, she said. What could it be? I'll never smile again. That's a Frank Sinatra. And I'll never smile again. After driving from Alden Court, leaving 80 people over there, I said, don't touch my machine. But this is fun, but this was moved up a week, and so we can make two of them. When I go back, my equipment will be all over the place. No, I won't. This is a pretty song. It goes back to the 40s. I don't know if some of the young people like these songs, but the old people say, yes, ma'am. You don't have it? It is. Night and day, oh, you are the one. Only you beneath the moon or under the sun. Whether near to me or far, it's no matter, darling, where you are. I think of you day and night and day. Why is it so? Something longing for you, follow every day. In the road, traffic boom, in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you day and night. day under the height of the moon. There's an old cycle burning inside of me, and the torment won't be free till they let me spend my life making love to you day and night and day. I'll be 93 years old August 12th, and I feel it. I never thought when you get to be old it would change your life a little bit. Well, I have to take my cat. It tells me what to do. I have to feed him at a certain time or he'll just be right beside me. If I don't get up at 9 o'clock in the morning, he's right on my chest. And I said, listen, I run this house. And he just stares at me. I got a picture of him right in my pocket, but I can't show all of you. But anyhow, what is this here? I'd like to sing one more song. Pick one out. You don't have that? You can't play that? So I sing to sleep after the rolling with the sun. I just wrote yesterday, and I can't hear what the words and the music have to say. Oh, it's so hard to explain everything that I'm feeling. Face to
Thank you. Let's give George another round of applause. The Silver Fox, a great way to end our show with such talent. And all the performers that were here today, we give them another round of applause and thank them. We thank the Rotary Club of Fairhaven. And we'll see you next year for the 5th Annual Talent Show. Thank you and have a great afternoon.